this is Bryce Brewer with Grace Technologies. Here today we're going to be going over axis alignment with our vibration temperature nodes and the asset that you're going to be monitoring. So the first thing to know, what we're trying to do here is basically take the axes of the sensor and align them with the physical motor axes. So you'll have the long side of the sensor is the x-axis, the shorter side is the y, and then right up through the battery is the z dimension. So what we're trying to do is take those and put them in relation to the motor. So we typically suggest mounting like this. So it depends on where you're going to be mounting it. So this would be the inboard of the motor, and so from here you have your x-axis, and you'll notice it is in the axial direction. So make sure to keep note of these different relationships. And then the y-axis, which is the short side of the sensor, is in the horizontal direction. And then the z-axis is vertical, so straight up from the motor. And so we're always looking from how the motor is mounted. So from the dimension of where the feet attach to the mounting surface. It's really easy to understand in the horizontal application. It becomes a little more complicated when you look at the vertical application, but if you always think of it as in relationship to how it's mounted to the mounting surface, it does make it easier. So then from there, we do suggest also making sure to mount them always in the same fashion when possible. There may be some locations where you do have to spin this around and have it change. That's fine as long as you go ahead and make the changes in the maintenance hub to reflect that. So now we're going to take a quick look at what a vertical application looks like. So now we have the motor in a vertical orientation, and this is our trade show motor, so it is only a 1/4 horsepower, but one thing I always like to say is that it doesn't matter the size of the motor, these will apply. So it just really is what's critical to your application and what you're monitoring. So you'll notice that our x-axis is still axial, our y-axis is horizontal, and our z-axis is vertical. So that's the same exact orientation as we had in the horizontal layout, except when you just look at it in general space, this would typically be the vertical axis. But since it is axial with the motor, that would still be our x-axis is axial. We're looking at how it's mounted. So it's mounted to the surface right here using this foot pad, and then it's vertical from there is where we get that z dimension being vertical. So now that we have our axes figured out, so we know what sensor axis lines up to the system, we're going to go into the maintenance hub and assign those appropriately. So if I look at my dashboard here, this is the node that we are working with, so I'm going to go in and make sure to set that one up. So there's two ways to get to it. You can go into the vibration analysis page. So they have the very similar layout, but we're going to be doing it from the node settings page here today. So we go to node settings, you'll expand the tree until you find the node that we are looking for, and then we'll go to edit and configure on the vibration portion. So here down on the third line, you'll see that we have axis alignment. And so that is a simple drop down that gives you the axes that we're looking for. So from before, we said that the x-axis was axial. We said that the y-axis was horizontal. And then the z-axis was vertical. So then we could select this one here to make sure to line that up in the software. If you had any other orientation, we do have all the available options here as well, but I will select this one, and then you can go down and you can save the changes. And then that's all it takes to get the node axes aligned with the axes of your motor system. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out our other videos and learn more about how to install your vibration and temperature node on your piece of equipment.